Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Victor Strand has been on Fear the Walking Dead since, I believe, the last 2 episodes of Season 1. He's had a fairly long run in the series. Pretty much the only character other than Alicia that's really been on Fear the Walking Dead from Season 1 all the way to Season 5. Daniel Salazar is still alive. He's been on the show since Season 1, and he's back in Season 5, but he wasn't in Season 4 at all. So, as far as the most seasons goes, Strand and Alicia are the only, they're pretty much, they're the only 2 characters that have been in every season of Fear, and Strand has, obviously lived a long time. Now, I'm actually a big fan of the character. I like how he's just so suave and charismatic and manipulative, and I feel like he could just go to hell and then talk his way out of it. And I like the actor's performance, and I really enjoyed a lot of the dialogue he had, especially in season 2 and 3. There's just a lot of what he said was just pure gold, even if it was wrong or right. It was still very interesting. I thought the character was very interesting, and he's had sort of an interesting, back and forth redemptive story. Sometimes he wants to do the right thing, sometimes he doesn't. I think in season 4, that really heavily focused on him becoming someone that wanted to do the right thing. I mean, Madison influenced him a great deal, and after Madison died, I think Strand really wanted to look out for Alicia. And then, especially after Nick died, I think Strand wanted to look out for Alicia because, she was that last part of the Clark family, and Madison had always really cared for Strand and believed in Strand. So I think that Strand would want to honor Madison by looking out for Alicia. And he did have that rut he was in where he was just, hiding in a building, drinking the wine all the time. But he was with Luciana, and Alicia was, off doing her own stuff. So I don't think he was really being that much of a coward or anything. He was just depressed about Nick and Madison, and they were all depressed. They were all dealing with it in their own ways. No one was really happy at that particular point. But later on, Strand begins to see the light again. He has those adventures with John Dory where they're on the boats and they talk to each other a lot. And Strand starts to have hope again and be hopeful about the future. And it seems like he's on the path to redemption at the end of season 4, and that seems to be a part of his character development, part of his story arc going into season 5. And I think that with Daniel Salazar, that's going to be interesting because he definitely has some skeletons in his closets, some skeletons in his closet with Daniel Salazar, and he's not sure if he's going to see Daniel again or if Daniel's going to find him and kill him. We know from the teaser trailer of the whole season from months ago that Daniel and Strand do encounter each other again. So that's going to be interesting. But I think the main part of Strand's story arc in this season is he still that manipulative con man that only looks out for himself? Is he still that person that's perfectly willing to have a car full of food and supplies stashed somewhere just in case he needs it, even if other characters might need it at that current moment? He's just going to keep it for himself. Is he still like that, or has he changed? Can he be a good person and stay a good person? Can he really properly be redeemed and not go back and forth and not go backwards? And they could possibly answer that question by having him die. Strand could die. Strand could be the big death in season 5. He could die sacrificing himself to save Alicia or Daniel Salazar or Morgan or everyone. He could die to save the entire group. Something really big and dramatic like that. That would be the ultimate way for Strand to prove that he's not that manipulative con man anymore by making the ultimate sacrifice. Doing the ultimate good deed of sacrificing his own life to prove that he's not going to be that con man anymore, and he's redeemed, and he's a different person now. And that could be the end of his story arc, because I'm wondering, is Strand just going to go back and forth forever? Where is Strand's story going to be going moving forward? If he doesn't die in season 5, What is he going to be doing in season 6? I don't even know if we're going to get a season 6. So if we don't get a season 6, is he going to transfer to The Walking Dead? And if he transfers to The Walking Dead, I can't imagine him doing much better there. It probably would be easier to kill him off because The Walking Dead would get so crowded at that point. And, The Walking Dead really likes to just constantly kill characters. The Walking Dead it kills more characters than Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, Fear the Walking Dead did have that huge bloodbath in season 3, so I don't know. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that if Strand survives season 5, and his story arc is all about whether or not he's redeemed, is he going to be a good person and stay a good person? Then I have a feeling the season is going to answer that question. It's going to resolve that. So what is there left to do with the character if that gets resolved? What else can he do? And don't get me wrong, I really, really like the character. I mean, I'd say I probably prefer Alicia, Morgan, and Daniel Salazar. But Strand is up there in my favorites. I really like Strand. So don't get me wrong, I like him, and if he survives season 5, I'm going to be very, very happy for him and very happy for the actor. But I don't know. I mean, I'm a little worried about him. I'm a little worried about him dying this season. I don't know if he's going to make it to season 6. I don't know if he's going to survive because I feel like this season, more than any other season, is really going to heavily focus on whether or not Strand has completely changed his ways, and if Madison's death and Nick's death truly changed him for the better, and Madison's influence made him a better person, or is he just going to continue to go back and forth? I feel like that's going to be resolved this season. I just have a big feeling about it, and I think a part of that is going to be Daniel's return. And I think the writers, I saw an article where the writers talked about it in an interview where they said that Daniel coming back, that's a part of Strand's story, and whether or not Strand has really changed his ways, or will he continue to go back and forth. So it's definitely something that the season is going to focus on, and I just have a feeling that they're going to answer that by having Strand sacrificing himself to save someone, maybe multiple people, maybe everyone. I mean, he's a big, long-time character. He's a character that's been around since season 1. So, I mean, for one, there's a part of me that's like they shouldn't kill him off because he's one of the few season 1 characters left. He's one of the 3 season 1 characters that are still alive. It's Alicia, Daniel, and Strand. Do you really want to kill off Strand and just leave Alicia and Daniel for season 6, or do you want to keep all 3? I don't know. But on the other hand, most seasons of Fear the Walking Dead have a sad death, other than, I would say, season 2. I mean, the big death of season 2 was Chris. He was the villain, but it was still a big death. I mean, it worked. But for the most part, there's usually a sad death every season. And we have a decent amount of characters right now, a decent roster. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a sad death in this season. And I don't know if it could be Strand. It very well could be. Because, the thing about a sad death is it needs to be a sad death. You might want them to kill off Charlie, Sarah, Wendell, Luciana, and leave all the characters you like alive. But, that's usually not how TV shows do things. Usually TV shows like to kill a character that you really, really love so that you have that emotional reaction and the ratings go up. And then the weaker characters continue to get developed so that you eventually care about them and they eventually become better people. And then it's their turn to die. I mean, that's how TV shows do it sometimes. That's how The Walking Dead has done it with some characters. So if Strand dies, that could work as the big sad death, because his death would probably affect most of the audience. I mean, most of the people that watch Fear the Walking Dead, they know who Strand is. He's one of the longest running characters. So, you're killing off this big long time character, and it's this big huge thing, and it could probably make the ratings go up. It would probably just be a bigger, more emotional thing than, say, killing off June, who's still a relatively new character, killing off Althea, who's still, like June, a relatively new character, You're killing off Charlie, who no one cares about. You might want it to be a sad, tragic, emotional type of thing, like killing off Herschel or killing off Beth. Herschel was a very popular character. He was probably one of the most popular characters that was alive at the time in season 4. And they killed him off. And they probably killed him off because of that emotional reaction. And Too Far Gone is one of the highest rated episodes that a lot of people love, and a lot of people consider it up there in the top 5 episodes. So they might try to do that with Strand. I don't know. I want Strand to survive season 5. He's got my vote. I'm a fan of the character. I'm a fan of the actor. He's one of the 3 originals from the first year that's left. I hope he makes it, but I'm a little bit worried, and I think there is a decent chance, maybe a 40%, 50% chance that Strand could die this season, and he could sacrifice himself, saving others, and that's his character coming full circle, and that's the end of his story arc. That's the end of his character. He just completely proves that he's not a bad person or a selfish person anymore, because he makes the ultimate sacrifice by sacrificing his life to save someone else. And that's the end of Strand. I think there's a 40%, 50% chance that Strand could die and that could happen, but I hope he doesn't. So if you're Coleman Domingo, don't get mad at me. I want Strand to live. I just have a bad feeling that Strand could die this season. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 544 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 600 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 600. Anyway, with all that said, I'm Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye!